Alright, today I'm going to give you guys a detailed look at this Iron Man figure, and this is Mark 43, and it is by Comicave, and from the Avengers Age of Ultron. And the box on the box is quite nice. It's very fancy. It's like a cell phone box, and here you can see it is with foil finishing on it. There's the name, it's in foil, and then down here the logos in foil, and then on the side here also the name is in foil, and then back here same thing, foil, and over here as well. And once you open this box up, it is held on by magnets, and there's one right there, and there's another one down here somewhere. And then in the box you can see there's a clear plastic shield over your accessories. It comes with a bunch of hands. Basically, let's see, 2 relaxed hands, 2 gripping kind of hands, and then a pair of 2 pairs of repulsor blast hands. One is with the effect pieces. One set you could attach the effect pieces on there, and one set you cannot. And then here in the center, it tells you where the battery is, and then all the different type of articulation points, and what you can and what you can do. This thing here, quick guide, power on, batteries, switching hands, effect pieces, then shoulder articulation, the hips, the waist articulation, the hips, and then the legs. And then the figure would be housed over on the side. Okay, so here's the figure outside the packaging, and let's take a look at the accessories again. And I really do like these hands because each of them comes with its own for the back of the hand piece, that guard, without so you don't have to interchange it with when you're changing out the hands, because unlike SH Figure Arts, I think, yeah, it is SH Figure Arts, the hand guard here, the hand guard piece, you'll have to remove. You keep having to reuse that handguard piece when you're switching out different hands, but this right here, they all have their own handguards, so you don't have to replace that piece. And here are the open hands. Oh, these are the repulsor blast hands, and then here are the open hands, and here are the repulsor blast hands with pegs on them. So you can attach these effect pieces, and then here are the 2 clenching hands. And it comes with a pair of fists as well. So, here are the shoulder cannons, the pieces in silver, and then here's the forearm rocket, and then here are the effect pieces. They are quite nice, and they are really sharp, so you gotta be careful with them. The tip is a little softer, so should be fine, but then the side, they are a bit sharp, and the colors are nice, very translucent. And here's the figure itself. Awesome looking Mark 43. This looks a lot like Hot Toys, like a really small version of Hot Toys. Like this is basically a 6-inch figure, and here's the side view of him. See if I can do a measurement real quick. Here you can see he stands about 6 inches in height. And here's the back of him. And back here you can see there's a switch, and once you flip that switch, and you light up his arc reactor and the eyes. Now the chest is really bright, and the eyes are almost as bright, but yeah, not as bright, but still really bright for something this small. Now when you try to articulate this figure, most likely you want to lift this shoulder piece up, get it out of the way so you could pose the arms and then put the shoulder pads back down. Here you can see it is held on with the ball joint, and another ball hinge joint in there, and also another ball that's attached to the chest. And then here, back here, there's a little hole here, and that is for the shoulder cannons. You could attach those on there, and the arms can be pulled out just like a Hot Toys figure, but it is very stiff. And this is how far out you could pull the arm, right there. And then you can see bicep. There's a swivel joint, double jointed elbows, and then ball hinge wrist. And then chest is head articulation is very limited. He can look up only a little bit, and this is about how far he can look up. And this is about how far he can look down, which is nothing. So as far as articulation around the head, it's quite limited. Understandable, because it does have wires running through it, so you gotta be careful. You don't wanna, if you want wires, then you're gonna have to give up something. So that's why the head articulation, it's not as great as the SH Figure Arts. Now, overall, this thing, as far as articulation, is definitely not as good as SH Figure Arts, but the finishing and the look of it and the feel of it, it's very much like a Hot Toys, mini version of Hot Toys. But yeah, as far as articulation, definitely can compare to SH Figure Arts, because Figure Arts is definitely way better than this thing. And as far as chest movement, here's how far he could arch back. I'm not adding the abdominal section yet, just the chest area. And here's how far forward he could lean, just the chest articulation. And just like Hot Toys, his abdominal section can be pulled apart a little bit. Here you can see there are two sections. And this gives him a bit more of a range. So now here's how far forward he can lean, do a nap crunch like so. But still, with this added articulation, he still will not be able to give you a solid landing pose. And with those joints, it doesn't really help with the arching back articulation. But it's a little, it's still something, better than nothing. And then legs can be lowered. And here's how much you could lower his legs. And here you can see it is held on with the ball joint. And there's the hinge, so his legs can lower down. And then let me see. There's a little bit of a thigh swivel, but not a whole lot, where it helps with the articulation. And then knees, they are double jointed knees. Here's how far he can bend with those knees. And then with the foot, there's the ankle joint, where you can lower his foot a little bit. Here you can see the gap between the leg and the foot, and it is held on with the ball joint, so it gives him quite a bit more range. And then there's toes articulation as well. And then on the bottom of the feet, you can see there's a hole, or two holes, one on each foot, and you could attach the effect piece on there. So he could give you a little flight pose, the effect piece. Alright, and here I got him doing a repulsor blast pose. Not the greatest thing, but for this video, oh shoot, he's not gonna stand now. So yeah, good looking figure, but as far as posability, I still would go with SH Figure Arts. And here I got a SH Figure Arts doing a landing pose. You can see it's way more natural than anything out there right now. Here you can see he's landing perfectly. with this landing pose is actually perfect. I'm very happy with this pose. That's why I try not to mess with it too much. And before I forget, here's the forearm piece. You can remove that here. There's the peg. You could attach this piece on there. Here he is. I'm getting ready to shoot his arm rocket. And one thing I was really impressed with this figure is that he comes with some of these open flaps as well too. Here you can see the thigh piece and calf muscle pieces. And then here on the back you can see also have these two flaps that opens up. Quite amazing actually for something this small to have included these things on there. And one thing to watch out for is base of the neck. There is a connector piece from the neck to the body. It's how it connects the wiring for the head, for the eyes to light up. So you gotta be really careful when you're posing his head. Initially I thought there's base of the neck, there's a joint there, so I kept moving it, and then I was able to unplug it all the way out, and I realized is actually a plug there to connect the head to the battery. So you gotta be really careful not to really move the base of the neck, and the only joint up here would be the head there, but that's about it. So overall this is a great looking figure, and here's a comparison, kind of a comparison with SH Figure Arts, and the paint job is definitely not as good, not as metallic as the Comicave one, because it is with metal, and this is plastic, but even though it's plastic, he still looks great. But this version is definitely a little sharper and a little richer as far as the color is concerned, more saturated than the SH Figure Arts. But the SH Figure Arts, it's great when you want to pose it. When it comes to articulation, SH Figure Arts will definitely be the one to get. And this thing is gonna cost you about $100. And yeah, but I think it's worth it. And I have a few other Comicave figures, the Igor and that one other one. I forgot the name of that one, but yeah, these are great figures. And currently I have Mark 42 on order, so that one should be coming in soon. And yeah, so there you go. There's the Mark 43 by Comicave, and highly recommend this. But if you're looking for something that could give you way more range of motion, playability, I would say go with the SH Figure Arts. So there you go. Thanks for watching.